Hey there, I'm back from comic shop. Went yesterday morning, didn't get home till late, so it's another early morning comic book haul for you. And pretty small week, only got 6 comics. 3 were on my pull list, 3 I pulled off the shelf, but I got a couple of books in the mail too that I'll show you. But we'll start as usual with our top of the printer museum comics of the week. Keep these on top of my printer and look at the covers. There's what is Master of Kung Fu 114, a nice Gene Day cover. Let's see if I get it at the right angle. I'm a big fan of the Gene Day Master of Kung Fu. I haven't read them in years, but I always liked them. So, and of course, the other one is Apocalypse Nerd by Peter Bagge. I think this one was drawn in colored pencil. A little different technique than you usually see from Peter Bagge. Or anyway, there's not a lot of colored pencil out there in the comic book land, especially in this digital age. But those two sat on top of my printer all week. Now I'll put them away and put 2 more out there. Let me show you the books I got. First is Charles Burns Comics. And this is one, it's not a comic, it's a collection, sort of like my own Dreams of Things and others. It's a collection of covers he did to comics that don't exist. And I haven't really got a chance to look at it yet, but I gotta say, just flipping through it, like these ones are real nice. But then he had some back here that were just seemed to be like drawings that he stuck in, like Huss. There's not a lot of trade dress there, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Sex decoy. But those aren't so much comic book covers as drawings that he. We'll see. I'll judge it after I look at it thoroughly. And the other one, I think that one cost me $18 on Amazon, by the way. And then I got Bad Weekend, Brubaker and Phillips book. This one, old library copy. I think this one was $8 off of eBay, tax and shipping included. And this is one that it was right before they started doing all graphic novel hardcovers, and this is actually 2 issues of Criminal that are packaged together into a hardcover. And I think they added new material, they added new pages to it also. And I have the original 2 issues of Criminal, and which is why I never bothered to kind of get this one, even though it had new pages in it. I was like, eh. But finally I decided this week, you know what, $8, I may as well get it. And this is the one that's comic book related too, because if memory serves, this guy right here is a like old time comic book artist who was a real cranky guy and went through a lot of assistants, and now he's doing a con, and he's got one of his old assistants who I think became a criminal, hence the Criminal tie-in. And so I think I can't even remember what it was about. Let's see if it says in the back. Hal Crane should know. He's been around since almost the beginning. Stuck at an out-of-town convention, waiting to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award, Hal's weekend will take him on the dark ride through the secret history of the medium that has always been haunted by crooks, swindlers, and desperate dreamers. That's what they want you to know about the book. I remember enjoying this thoroughly, so I can't wait to read it again. Then on to the comics I got this week. We got from the creator of Stray Dogs, Feral. Tony Fleece, who's the Local Man artist, and now which just ended. Writer Tony Fleece, art Trish Forstner and Tone Rodriguez, color Brad Simpson. So this is the one that's the zombie story of these house cats that there's rabies outbreak has turned all the animals rabid, but it's a zombie story. And last issue was a really sad issue because one of the main characters, cats, ended up dying or something, or getting rabies. I forget which. I don't remember if he died or not. Then we've got Spawn 358, Rory McConville, Brett Booth. What's Corona's for? Adelso Corona and Robert Nugent, Tom Warzakowski lettering. Still only $2.99. I've been enjoying this Spawn story a lot. This is the one where the vampires have taken over the earth because all the heaven and hell warriors got depowered. So now Spawn is looking to cure his friend of vampirism, yada yada yada. Lots of fun stuff. Oh, here's one I picked off the shelf. Phases of the Moon Knight #3. And why did I pick it up off the shelf? Because there's a Chris Geruso 4-page story in the back. There we go. Chris has got a Mini Marvels 4-page story back here. So I figured I'd pick it up. I'm glad they had a shelf copy of it because I don't always have shelf copies of things. Phases of the Moon Knight. Who's doing this one? Keku, Ireland, Bayliss, Cuniff, and Geruso. There's our... I'm not sure I know who all those people are. Story and art. Moon Knight Chan? Story and art, then there's nothing. The past and the present. Justina Ireland, writer. Daniel Bayliss, artist. D. Cuniff, colorist. Cunife, Cunniffe. Is that Cunife? I am not sure. Mini Marvels by Chris. So picked that one up for the Chris work. Now here's one I picked up for the alternate cover. This is Monsterpiece Theater. I picked up issue 1 last week, which had a Fantastic Four #1 cover. I didn't even see this one there, but I was like, I didn't know this particular cover existed until I got home and saw it like later on in this week. And it's actually a takeoff on the original Great Gatsby cover, which I've never... My Great Gatsby, I got a used copy off of eBay so I can mark it up. So the cover's a bit beat up. All those white marks aren't supposed to be there. But I was like, you know what? I may as well put this in with my Gatsby collection and get the... And I actually really liked the issue. I talked about it on our Friday night show. This is Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater, and in it he takes on... It's the Great Gatsby versus Godzilla, and also Sherlock Holmes is in it. The Godzilla attacks one of Gatsby's parties. Let's see, where's his giant... Oh, there's his giant eyes down there. So I just said, you know what, I'll get this alternate cover because it's a Gatsby-themed cover, so ended up getting... But what I really liked about him is, I think Tom Scioli did a great job with this. I especially like the way he dropped in actual quotes from the Gatsby book and recontextualized them. So it was like, if a quote, doesn't matter where the quote came from in the book, if it worked well in one of his scenes, he dropped the quote in. So I think that was really fun as Gatsby tries to get his revenge on Godzilla. Then I picked up Uncanny Valley #6. Is this the last issue? I don't even know. Let me flip to the back and see if there's a to be continued or Uncanny Valley #7. Okay, so it's not the end yet. I wasn't sure. This one, once again, written by Tony Fleece. Dave Watcher is the artist. Pat Brousseau is the letter. No, I don't even know if I'm saying Pat Brousseau's name correctly, by the way. Only because he was a bullpenner before me, so I don't actually know him. A Marvel bullpenner, that is. So I don't actually know him, but I'm friends with him on Facebook, so I see his posts sometimes. And he said, another person pronounced my name wrong, and he didn't really tell us how to say his name, right? It's a Borsseau. Now I'm saying, if you know the football player Junior Seau, I think he spelled his name Seau. So this could be Bro-Seau. I'm not even sure. I always said Brousseau, but I think he said that was wrong. I don't remember. I couldn't figure out. So if I'm saying his name wrong, uh-oh. Then the last thing I picked up off the shelf was the Savage Sword of Conan, #5? #5. It's funny, I thought it was #6. Then I saw, I think it was Sleepy Reader's Instagram had it there, and it was #5. And I was like, how did I see that as #6? There's a 5 and a 6 look similar. It's got some Jeff Isherwood art, who is a Conan artist from like the early 80s. Jason Aaron and Jeff Isherwood. Conan the Damn Thing in the Water, Jim Zub and Roberto Del Torre. Conan Forged, Mike Koji and Dan Parsons. I picked up Savage Sword of Conan #1, was like, eh. Then just a few weeks ago, I picked up #2 just because they had it there, and once again, Sleepy Reader said it was good, so I liked that one. So now I was like, you know what, this one, I'm liking the way the art looks on this, so I'll pick up. Like I said, I only had 3 books on my pull list, so I had a little extra budget. So I was like, you know what, I'll pick up another Savage Sword of Conan, give it a read, because I think that's what's good about these too is. I guess there is two. This usually you get a whole story with it but it says featuring the exciting conclusion of Jason Aaron and Jeff Isherwood's King Conan epic 2. So I guess I get the conclusion of something in here. All right, let me show you a little bit of my artwork. Let me show you my covers to comics that don't exist. We got Dreams of Things 251. And by the way, that is why I always draw these with the trade dress and logo on them, because that's what makes it a comic book cover to me, too. Otherwise, it's just an illustration. It's just a drawing. In order to be a comic book cover, you got to have the comic book logo on it. And that's why even when I get books of comic book covers, I prefer them to have the logos on rather than stripped off. But there you go. There's a strange looking, I don't know, Crystar the Crystal Warrior purple guy up there, and a face down the bottom, standing on her head. Ooh, is he the dream coming out of her head? Is she the dreamer in the dreamland with a dream coming out of her head? I don't know. These are the questions I have about my own stuff. But that's why I make stuff I can question. I like looking for answers. And there are no answers, there are just decisions. I heard that once and kind of liked it. So there you go. Dreams of Things 251. Lots of comics, or at least 6 of them in 2 books. And you guys have a good week out there.